Welcome to Metro Matters. Today, my guest is Metro TV. So we are typically, they're typically behind the scenes, but they are being interviewed today. So welcome Gary White and Regan Thomas to the show.
Thank you, Althea, for having us. Happy to be here.
Absolutely. So, so I know this is probably a little maybe uncomfortable for you guys because, like I said, you guys are typically behind the cameras, but today you guys are going to give us great information about Metro TV and what you do and what you cover. So again, welcome to the show. Gary, I'm going to start with you because you're really a newbie to Metro government. You've been with Metro TV how long now?
It just was 8 months.
8 months, so it's fairly new. And Regan, how long have you been around?
13 years, going on 14 years.
Okay, so Gary, start with what is your background and what attracted you to the position that you're in now?
Well, I would say that getting to work with you was very attractive, although I didn't know I was going to have that opportunity until I got here, but it's been wonderful having that experience. But my background is in television. I worked in TV my entire professional career, starting in Philadelphia with the ABC station there, assignment editor and producer, and then also working for a public television station in Philadelphia before moving to Kentucky, Central Kentucky, where I owned and operated a local TV station for almost 21 years.
Oh, wow.
So that's been my background. I also have been doing some writing as well and had a movie come out earlier this year that I had written. So I do the production element there as well. But Metro TV was very interesting for me because I think there's a lot of opportunity to tell great stories, which has been going on. I think we're going to talk about it for over 20 years here with Metro TV. But we're evolving to do some more programming with the community and with different departments and trying to be engaging and informative and educational and entertaining in what we're providing. So I'm really enjoying that experience since I've been here.
Regan, talk a little bit about your background. You said you've been here going on 14 years. What did you do before you came to Metro government?
I just started out in video production. I owned my own production company for a while, and the recession kind of put an end to that. But I always kind of had a chance to work with some Metro agencies and liked the public service aspect of it, and so just was lucky enough to be hired on at Metro, and just kind of fell in love with it. I mean, I like civics, you know, and I think a lot of people have misconceptions about government and the way it works, and I just like shedding light on that.
And Metro TV definitely does that. So let's talk Metro TV. Talk about it. What is it? What's the mission of it?
Well, our mission is to be Louisville's community TV station. And as I mentioned, we do that by producing engaging, informative, educational, and entertaining programming that shows the different services, programs, initiatives, and opportunities that are available through Louisville Metro government, as well as the whole city of Louisville. And we try to make that accessible and obtainable to all the citizens who are out there.
So, how can I find it? Is it on just Spectrum or is it just streaming?
We're
is
everywhere.
It social media? Okay.
Well, like you said, just backtracking a bit, I think we kind of came into existence with merger. So we just recently celebrated our 20th anniversary, and we kind of got off the ground with, council meetings and committee meetings. But since then, we have evolved into so much more content, community-wide content, which can be seen. Everything is archived on YouTube. So you can actually go to our YouTube channel and see every piece of content we have created, with the exception of council meetings, which we have a link to. You can also view, if you want to go back and dig into some old legislation, you can find that from our webpage, which will link you to the Metro Council Clerk's webpage. So
If you go to louisvilleky.gov/Metro TV, you can find links for those meetings that you can watch. But you can also find all the different ways, like we're on Spectrum Cable, channel 184 and 200 actually. So either one, you can get us on there, and been there, I think, since its inception on the cable. But now we're also on Roku, Apple, and Amazon Fire TV, and we have apps on there. So you can go there, download Louisville Metro TV, you can watch it live, streaming 24/7, or you can go to our different playlists and watch different programs. So if you wanted to binge watch Metro Matters, you can go to Roku, Apple, Amazon Fire, or to YouTube and watch all those videos as well. We're trying to reach the viewers where they are. And as we all know, that has evolved over the years. So not everybody has cable, so we're trying to give them different opportunities to engage with the information, because that's why we're here, is to provide that source of information for the community.
So, were you going to say something?
I was just going to say we also have a very large social media footprint. So all the normals, Facebook, YouTube again, Instagram, Twitter. We have links on our webpage to all those platforms as well. So you can't miss us.
So go on louisvilleky.gov/Metro TV, and you can find all of those links and how to get to access it on.
Revamping that to make it easier for everybody to just click, and then they can follow us on all those different social media platforms that will tell them about everything coming up. And then also subscribe and hit the notification on our YouTube channel, and you'll know everything as soon as it comes available. So it's a great way to keep up to date on what's being provided by Metro TV.
So you said that Metro TV originally started just recording the council committees. How has that evolved? Are you still showing those committees? And I think you're doing kind of district profiles or something like that with the council. Talk a little bit about that.
Every second of every council meeting and every council committee meeting, we broadcast live. So, if you follow the council schedule, you can follow along their committees and meetings live. And again, it's all archives if you wanted to go back into the database and look up some legislation that might be relevant to you. But, and then during COVID, we went into kind of a remote setup where kind of an evolution where, people are calling in remotely, council members couldn't get into the building and whatnot, so we kind of evolved through that process. And now most council meetings are kind of hybrid meetings with council members in chambers and then some council members remotely, which, just gives them better access. But to answer your question a little more detailed, we do have a program, Council Chronicles.
Okay.
Where we go out and highlight the council members' districts, and sometimes they'll guide us through those stories, or it'll just be something of interest, I think, to the whole community that is taking place. So we do try and get out, hit all the districts. There's 26 of them, so it takes us all over the county.
We're working our way through them. We have quite a few, and again, there's a playlist for that for Metro Council Chronicles. You can watch all of them if you go to our YouTube page and see them. But we also, the team here at Metro TV has worked with each of the council members to do profiles. So if you want to find out more about your individual council member, you can also go and visit on any of our apps, Roku, Apple, Amazon Fire, or YouTube, and go to our Metro Council Profiles playlist.
Okay.
And they have almost about a 2-minute segment on each one of them where the council member is talking about themselves, and you'll get to learn a lot of information about what they're doing, what they hope to do, and about the district in general. So it's a really great source.
So you just mentioned the staff. So, this just doesn't happen because, I call up and say, hey, I want you to come and film. It takes a team. So talk a little bit about your team here with Metro TV.
Well, yes, unfortunately, it's not just Regan and myself, because there's a lot that goes on. And as we're talking, I think people realize that there's a whole lot more than meetings, a lot of different programs. But there's a team of 6 of us right now who are working. And as an addition, we have a wonderful intern who has been working with us over the summer. So we have the members of the team who go out, record, they're producers to produce the different shows, come up with the concepts, work with the different departments. We try to do individual department programs to a degree. We do a program on the wild side with the zoo, as well as Park It Here with the parks, and come up with the creative ideas to share the information that is available about what Louisville Metro government is doing. And we're fortunate that, Regan was saying it's almost 14 years he's been here. He's actually one of the newer ones of some of them as well. They've been here, 4 of the team has been here for 13, 14 years.
Good continuity in our department. And, Metro is a large place, as you know. It kind of takes a while to kind of understand all the goings on and all the agencies and quasi-agencies. And then you get a good handle on that. But and then hopefully you can know where those stories are that people would be interested in and go out and produce them.
Which leads me, we've talked about Metro Council. So how do you cover, say, the mayor when he goes out, his press conferences, or if he's out at a specific event? Do you guys cover those as well?
Yeah, we're actually part of that communications team surrounding the mayor. So
We actually report to the mayor's office. Metro TV is underneath the mayor's office for it, and so we do go out and cover the press conferences. We stream them live as well on Facebook and YouTube. So when the mayor is speaking for his weekly press conference, which there happened to be one today, you could watch that on Louisville Metro TV's Facebook page or YouTube page live. So if you're not able to get there, you can see it there.
Where do you go get the schedule? Is that the Louisville KY? If I wanted to say I want to see the mayor's press conference
Right.
from today, where can I get a schedule of when it would be aired?
So our program schedule is available through louisvilleky.gov/Metro TV. And we are working on revamping that to make it even more user-friendly.
Okay.
So give us a few days, you'll be able to see a really great schedule that's up there. And another member of our team has been working with us on that project as well. But that way you can see when different programs are going to air and what's available on Metro TV. Also, though, by following us on Facebook or on X or on Instagram, that's how you can know when the live events, because some of the events we actually stream live to social media and we'll have different programming on the channel itself. So that kind of gives you a more full knowledge of what is being available to the viewer, whether it's on social media, on our website, or on the TV station itself.
So with everything you guys have to do, and we're going to take a break here in a second and talk about how you really work with the departments within Metro. But with everything that you guys have to cover, are you ever looking for volunteers or interns, or well, you have the one intern now, but
Absolutely.
Are you looking for more?
Yes,
How does that work?
And I want to mention too, I mentioned that there are 6 on our official Metro TV team, but really I feel that the Metro TV team is all Metro because we do work with all departments. We work with you, Althea. This show I know is on the radio live, but also it airs on Metro TV. So you are the face of Metro TV. And we have different members of the director of community relations and community partnerships. John Ramsey has been doing several shows with us, who is new as well, and new shows that we've started. We have different people who do programs, Kurt Jacobs and Kirby Adams and Chef Nancy, who do a cooking program, that come from the community and host programs that are available on Metro TV. So our team there's a mighty team of 6 that do a lot of the production work, but really our team is broad.
Yeah. So you just made me think of something. We'll talk about that. If someone has an idea about a program, how do they get on Metro TV? But let's hold that thought. We're going to take a brief break. So before we went on break, we were talking about, you had started to kind of go into the different programs that you offer. So can you give our listeners an idea of what For those that don't know anything about Metro TV, have never seen it, talk a little bit about what you have to offer in program-wise.
Yeah, in addition, obviously the core council meetings and press conferences, we work closely with a lot of Metro agencies. So Gary mentioned we have a zoo show on the wild side with Kyle Shepard as our host. Wonderful zoo. Park It Here with Katie Cook. This is a regular occurring show about our parks. Do library authors, family-friendly foods with Chef Nancy and Kirby Adams. In addition to those shows with Metro agencies, we also have some shows that highlight our Spanish-speaking community. Althea Louisville with Jose Donas, and our director of Immigrant Affairs, Amos Zeramana, does Dining Around the World program where we go into local restaurants with some world cooking.
And how do those ideas come to you?
Well, some of them are collaboration. So we're trying to come up with different ways to, as I mentioned, be engaging, informative, educational, and entertaining. So when we're going to the parks have so much to offer.
Absolutely.
And so one of our producers, Seth Dixon, works with Katie Cook, and they brainstorm different ideas of what to focus on. So that's how that program develops. Another one of our producers, Nikki Leshniak, works on the wild side and works with Kyle Shepard, coming up with some ideas there as well. We wanted to do a program to spotlight immigrant-owned restaurants in Louisville. Louisville is such a diverse city with diverse interests and so many things that are available. So we were spotlighting and highlighting that, and that's how we developed the Dining Around the World show. And Amos Zeramana, the director of Immigrant Affairs, works with us to host that show and identify the restaurants. They actually have a passport of immigrant-owned restaurants that's available, but it was just a great way of spotlighting these local independent businesses in our community. And that's what we're trying to do, is kind of put a positive light on what's available out there. And also, Louisville Metro provides services that several of the businesses on Dining Around the World that we've worked with, that they have utilized in order to get those businesses off the ground. And those services are available to pretty much everybody. You can contact and find out more about that. And that's what we're trying to do as well, is let people know what is available and make that more accessible to them.
Because if you haven't had the coconut pastry from Sweet Havana, you were missing it.
Oh my, okay. So, Metro TV and Metro Matters are aligned because that's how Metro Matters became, because it was about highlighting the various things that Metro is involved, the various programs and initiatives. And that sounds like that's what Metro TV is doing a wonderful job at.
Well, thank you, and we appreciate you working with us on this program too, to share that with the community. Absolutely. And I do want to mention too that as I mentioned, that John Ramsey, the Director of City Partnerships, has been hosting a couple of programs that we have. One of them is Louisville This Week, and Regan has been producing and editing that program with us as well since we started that a few months ago. But it kind of gives people a view of all of that's going on over a week. We go out and do these press conferences, and we go out and cover various different things that are happening. Sometimes people don't want to sit and watch that entire half-hour press conference, but we try to encapsulate it so people can have an idea of what did happen that week. And that's where it's kind of a smaller bite-size opportunity, and we do share them on social media as well, because again, we're trying to reach the viewers where they are and how they consume the information.
Who knew Metro TV had all of this to offer? I mean, if
no shortage of stories.
No, absolutely not.
Metro.
So if someone has an idea, are you open to those ideas? What does that look like?
Yeah, we would love to hear what people want to see. And that's why we're here. We are Louisville's community TV station, as I mentioned. That means that we are hopefully providing what people want to see. If there's something that somebody's interested in, we'd love to talk with them and see what we can do about that. We are not a public access channel, which there has been in the past, but we are here to get the information out. And by doing that, we also have a community calendar option. So if people have events that they want to share, we can put that potentially on Louisville This Week. We can put it on our Louisville Focus, which is a more of a long-form news magazine show as well, that we can get that information out there, or on some of the different graphics that we have.
So how does someone, if they have something that they want to put on the calendar of events,
Right.
what do they do?
Yes, Metro TV at LouisvilleKY.gov. Contact us there. Let us know. We're dying for the feedback. We really want to know what you want to see, what you've enjoyed seeing, and so we can do more of that.
Right, and that helps us to know what to continue doing, so that people, we want their voices to be heard.
So Gary, as the director, 8 months in, and I ask this of all newbies, what has surprised you about working with Metro government, and what do you see is next for Metro TV itself?
I was surprised when I first stepped into this position to see that the team here at Metro TV was the size it is and what they're able to produce. And that kind of amazes me every day as I'm working with everyone here, that there's so much great programming coming from this team, which, as I mentioned, is the entire Metro, because we do work with everyone, but there's just a small group that is doing most of the producing and editing, and that's able to produce in such a quality product. So that was a surprise, the size. So what I think is next is really exciting. We are developing a lot of new programming that we are going to be releasing in the near future. And if somebody who's listening or watching would go to our social media, we'll be announcing it there when it's all ready. So if you follow us on Facebook, X, or Instagram, and then subscribe and hit the notification button on YouTube, they'll be the first to know all the new programming that is coming down the pike. And I think people will really find it interesting, and I'm excited with it, but we're just still working on it, so I don't want to announce just what it is yet.
So our time is ending. We have about 3-4 minutes left. What would you like for our listeners to, what would you like to leave? What final word would you like to leave with them about Metro TV and how they can, if you want to throw out there your social media, or if there's a telephone, just what would you want them to know, to leave on their mind about Metro TV?
I would like to again reiterate, we would love to hear what people want to see, what they're enjoying, and what they feel would be of interest to them, because that's, again, why we're here, is to serve the citizens of Louisville and provide that information, and make it as accessible and convenient as possible for them to get that, to be able to utilize the services, programs, opportunities that are available with Louisville Metro government. And also to know that we are doing more with the community. So the Filson Society here, the Filson Historical Society, we're showing some programs from them. We've done some programming with the Fraser History Museum as well. We've done programs with different chambers of commerce throughout the city. We'll be doing again the Veterans Day Parade and some different events that don't get a lot of media play elsewhere. We're an opportunity for people to get that exposure. And that's what we're trying to do, is give all these great events that go on throughout the city, to give them the exposure that they deserve. And that's part of what we're doing as well. And please go to Metro, email us at metrotv@louisvilleky.gov, and follow us on our Facebook, our Instagram, our Twitter, and on our YouTube. And again, that's where you're going to be the first to know what is going on with Metro TV and have your first chance to see the new programming that is out there.
And you can find you on Spectrum,
Right,
184
and
200?
Yes. The same things on both channels at present, yes. Okay. So we're available out there in many different ways.
Awesome. What would your final words to our listeners be?
I just hope through our programming, people will get to know, like I have the last 13 years, what awesome people, public servants they have working for them with Louisville Metro. I mean, there's probably over 5,000 employees, and I'm still here today because of the caring and competent coworkers that I've had the honor of working with. So hopefully through all of our variety of programming, they get a closer look of, you know, how government works and who's behind that, and hopefully have a better appreciation for that.
Well, you know, I've learned something today. I just really didn't realize everything that you did. That is in all of the ways that Metro TV is shown. I appreciate you taking the time
We appreciate you letting us.
to
Thank
come
you,
on the
Althea.
show. And once you start rolling out these new programs, hey, let's schedule some more time and you can let our listeners know exactly what you guys are, the new programs that are going to be shown. So our time has ended. Thank you for watching Metro Matters on Metro TV.